a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down, and it's complete to Kelsey. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run on first down. It's Clayton, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Let's go! Single slot.
Mahomes now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mahomes firing complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. That time a 9-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
They run. It's Gurley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And Diggs has it. And some room to maneuver. Stephon Diggs, 20. Touchdown, L.A. Stephon Diggs. His fourth touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They go play action. Now Mahomes looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 20 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. 7-7, our score after 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, L.A. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Mahomes now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Butker on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A nice run there by Gurley on first down as he'll get about 7 out of it. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He's checking. Scratch. Check 13.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. A Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Mahomes now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They run the counter. Clayton. He winds up getting only a couple there. Down to the 29.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 29, Mahomes, rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Brockers, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now here's Mahomes, throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Gurley. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A 1st down run there for Gurley, but nothing opening up as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. He'll drop to throw, and he's able to find Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Back to throw now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And fights through one man. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on them.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Rams to take over. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
2nd and 11. And his throw is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now back to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's second down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Another carry now for Gurley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Intercepted. Come on, guys. We got this.
Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
43.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I got you. I got you. Yellow.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. This one complete into the hands of Darius Fountain. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the 1st. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Mahomes now to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Clayton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st. On 1st down, it's Clayton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 17, Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defense. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Again, it's Henderson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Rams on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. He gets it to Gurley. Complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes is going to find his running back. It's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing. Mahomes firing complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a run with Geis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quick... And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Samson Abukum. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Clayton. And he is out of bounds here. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big. Oh, come on, you got to kick it. I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over. It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing? This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there. You think that factored in? I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Gurley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth. Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know. Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit? Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly. This is Henderson, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. They'll look to throw, and he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Frank Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. They'll set up to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's fourth and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4
times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes is going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They'll run on first down. Clayton, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Clayton, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So it's his second missed field goal here. That wouldn't have ended the game, but it would have given him a leg up in OT.
And that's got to invigorate this defense. They did their part. Now it's time for their offense to put together a drive and seal the deal.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Drama, drama, drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime, all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal